Are you ready for winter to be done? Yes. Unfortunately, we still have some days to go. Let me share with you how we get through these long winter days. But first, a word from our sponsor. These are MPOW Bluetooth headphones. They have active noise cancellation, a rapid charge, hi-fi stereo sound, and 45 hours of use. It has a built-in microphone and hands-free calling. Thank you, MPOW, for supplying me with your product. I'll put the link below for these headphones. Hey guys, hope you're having a great day today. All right, you know I love MPOW. I use them every single day. I've been using them for years and share that with you all the time. They've supplied me with their noise canceling headphones. This works pretty good. I'm all big about earbuds because I can still hear what's going on, but I have never understood the benefit of completely drowning out your surroundings. Oh yes, you should try this. Especially, make sure your family's safe and nothing's gonna happen, but if you need some you time and some quiet time where you just need to get away, that is where these come in handy. You don't hear anything. Can't even hear anything but what's going in your ears. Such a nice feature. And it also has a microphone, so you can work if you gotta do Zoom calls or be in the computer or whatever you need to do. So MPOW, great company. 100% love this company. You know I do, because I use it every single day of my life. So thank you, MPOW. All right, let's get on to today's video. All right, so for those of you that do not know me, I am a mom of 10 children. Yes, 10 children, all my own. Had every single one really close together. There was a time that I had 6 under 6, I think, maybe 5 under 5. I don't even know, but there was a lot, and they were little. And there we lived in the north in Michigan. And if anybody knows Michigan, it's cold. The winters are long, and you're stuck inside for a very, very long time. And so we now live down in the south. We still go through winter, but not nearly like that. But we are still stuck inside during those cold winter days like today. And so I thought I would share. My kids are a little bit older. My youngest is 8. So it's not such a it's another day. What am I gonna do? But I do remember the days when I was like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do today? How am I gonna get through my week? How am I gonna get through this winter? Because we can't go outside, we can't go anywhere. It's freezing cold. What are we gonna do? I'm gonna share with you some things that I have done over the years to help my sanity, to help me stay on track, to help us have a fun time, to help my children create memories at home and have an enjoyable time through the winter. So I'm gonna share with you some of the things that I have done over the years to help pass those long days of winter. Let's go. I love to get up in the morning before the entire household is awake. It's nice to be able to get up and have a cup of coffee, be able to collect my thoughts, have a little bit of quiet time, just to reflect on the day and the things that I need to get done for my family. And I love the scripture where it talks about, and yet she rises while it is still night to prepare her household. And I think that's so true. It makes the difference when you're home all the time with your children, especially little ones where you don't get a lot of break from anything, to take those few minutes of quiet. I know for myself it was necessary for my sanity. So I love to read my Bible, be able to get encouragement from my scriptures, and just get a little bit of something that I can take through my day, have a little bit of time of reflection, meditation, a little bit of prayer time, just to okay, I can do this. I can get through this day with all these. This time is just so short with these little ones, and I can do it. That's what you gotta tell yourself. But to be able to mentally prepare helps and makes the whole difference. And something else I started doing, I used to do it when the kids were little, is to journal. Or this year I started writing in a prayer journal. Before journaling, it's helped so much for me because I was more by myself. And all the little ones, you don't have a lot of adult conversation. Sometimes that can get overwhelming and your thoughts can, run rampant on you. And so it's nice to be able to write down your thoughts, your concerns and your worries, and just get them out on paper. Sometimes it's good you can go back and go, okay, I was a little bit too much on that, or that wasn't something that I should have been concerned about. And so I really enjoyed the benefit of writing things out. It just helps
release some of that tension sometimes that gets pent up inside, and you feel like you have no one to take it out on. And so it just is a good thing to do. It's a good outlet for stress. So having this quiet moment is just like, I think, the #1 key to a successful day. I know I would say sleep, but I feel like I would much rather lose that extra half hour sleep and have a half hour of quiet time to myself, because it's going to be a long time before I'm going to get another half hour of quiet during my day. So enjoy those moments. And then what I like to do is go check my calendar and see what kind of things that I need to get accomplished today, and write yourself some little sticky notes so that you're not overwhelmed later on and go, oh, I forgot to do that. That way everything's written in one little place. You can take it and tack it into your kitchen or wherever you're going to be working mostly today. So I just like to write it down, keep it, and I'll go take it in my kitchen so that during the day I can glance in and go, oh, I forgot, I have to do that, or I have to make a phone call, or I have to pay that bill. Now, from the slow days of winter, sometimes the same routine breakfast over and over and over can become quite blah. You know, you can have oatmeal every day, you can make eggs every day, and you can have cereal every day. And sometimes it's good to mix things up once in a while. So this morning we're going to surprise the kids and make some cinnamon rolls. Sometimes it's okay to do something a little bit different, just to bring some little surprise to your kids' face in the morning. They're like, oh, we're having cinnamon rolls for breakfast? Try something. Maybe it'll be making pancakes and cutting some fruit up and making a smiley face on their fruit. Just, you know, or when you're making oatmeal and putting like a smiley face with chocolate syrup on the inside, or a regular syrup on the inside. Just something just to give a little bit of like happiness into your children. It's like, oh, it's not just plain old oatmeal. It's, you know, it's got a little smiley face on there. Everybody likes those little surprises. And then this particular morning, we're going to do cinnamon rolls and hot chocolate. Now, hot chocolate is really hot, very hot, and so I like to get it ready beforehand, because otherwise the kids are like, how much longer, or can I put it with ice? And so to prevent all that, I'm just going to make their cups up early, let them sit for a little bit. By the time they get up, they will be warm and not scalding hot. So we put some marshmallows in here. Those are my dehydrated marshmallows, and put a little bit of sprinkles. Sprinkles make everything taste better, do they not? Yes, they do. Something fun for your kids. Again, a different surprise they don't expect. Cinnamon rolls are almost done. A few more minutes. It's going to be a cold, windy day today, so let's go in and get the kids moving with their schedules. It's so important to have a scheduled day out. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can have a little bit of room for, you know, leniency or things come up, but to have a schedule that your kids know what they have to do each day helps in attitudes and moms getting frustrated and overall, like, you need that. So it doesn't have to be strict, but like I give my kids a list here on the freezer. Don't mind all the scribbles on there, but they know what they have to do. They know that once they go down their list, okay, then it's time for school. And if they can go down and mark those off, it helps. We did a little scribble in the middle there because we missed a few days, but it's good to do. So then I'm just going to get the kids' school out. Again, when it's freezing cold winter and you're stuck inside, it's a good day to get school, because on those hot sunny days, who wants to do school? So you might as well buckle down through those long months and just get it done. So when the kids are doing their school, we get it all out and they can work on that. And it's kind of fun to let them mix it up a little bit and do school in the living room. You know, and another great thing is let them stay in their pajamas. They don't have to do it every day, but who wants to get dressed when it's freezing? So comfy jammies are a great thing to do. And then let them do school somewhere different for the day, in their bed or on the couch, just to mix things up a little bit. All right, then when school's over, we are going to do a little activity. This is something that the kids can do while you're mixing up lunch and making lunch. So this is easy and fun. It does not take a whole lot of thought, moms. Get some marshmallows, and then you're going to see the cotton balls too, and you need some glue. All you're going to do is draw a simple snowman on a piece of paper, give your child some glue and some marshmallows, and let them glue them onto the paper. Very, very simple. It works with fine motor detail. It's fun. They like doing it. And what I suggest doing, because little kids, I mean, my child Madeline is big, you know this, but if she was little, glue is, you know, always terrible with little kids. They get it all over the place. They squeeze out too much. So put some in a plastic lid like this like a butter dish lid, something you're gonna throw away, and then give them a Q-tip. And then let them dip the Q-tip into the glue and then dip the marshmallow and put it on. That just helps a whole lot in preventing messes. This is really, really simple, something they can make. Let them squeeze the glue out, spread out cotton balls onto the paper to create a snowman. Another fun activity. They'll get creative and make a whole lot of different things. If you need any ideas, do a quick Pinterest search and search out little kids paper crafts for winter. They'll be very simple ones. These were just ones that we've done over the years. And then while your children are doing that, you can mix up lunch. So today I'm going to make a pot of soup. Who doesn't love a pot of soup when it's freezing cold outside? So I'm going to make potato gnocchi soup. This recipe is kind of like a copycat recipe for the Olive Garden. I just looked up a couple different recipes and I remember having that soup and it was so, so good. So this is just my version of this recipe. I'm going to put the recipe on the screen for you. It's really simple to put together. The gnocchi you just put in, let it boil. It takes about 2 to 4 minutes and they're done. I used heavy whipping cream. You can use half and half or even just regular milk in here. And let me tell you, this is so, so good. These little croutons are my favorite croutons ever. One of my viewers in Israel sent me a box of these and they were so good, and I found them on Amazon, and then I just also found them at our local discount store and I bought a bunch of them because they are so good. They are the tiny little croutons, but they just give like soups and salads the perfect crunch. So I am loving these on this soup. And then I forgot to put Parmesan cheese on here. This is great. This is my favorite soup. I forgot how delicious this was, and I'm like, I am so glad I made this today. A great soup to make on those cold winter days. Still looking cold outside. Okay, right after lunchtime, we like to have a little bit of reading time. The kids look forward to doing this, especially when they're little, and especially when mom has been busy most of the morning. So we designate right before nap time is our book reading time. So if you have some little ones, just set a timer for about a half hour and just read some books with them. They'll love this time spent together with mom. Here's some books that we have enjoyed as a family over the years. All right, before I lay the children down for a nap, because nap time is essential when you have little ones, I'm going to mix up some bread dough so that we can have homemade bread with dinner tonight. It is really simple to mix this up. I will put the recipe that we have used since 20 years ago in our family, and we enjoy it every single year. Real simple. And then, mamas, I would suggest you give yourself a nap. You don't need a whole 2-hour nap. Maybe you do if you haven't gotten any sleep. So what I like to do is just set my alarm on my phone and give myself about a half-hour break to get some much needed rest. Maybe you don't need that break. Maybe you've already rested up and you're like, I'm good to go. Well, then have some quiet time. Sit and put your headphones on, like my MPOW headphones here, and watch some videos that you've been wanting to watch during the day, but you couldn't because you had children. Catch up on messages, whatever you need to do, whatever you enjoy. I decided to go with some worship music. I have my favorites playlist on my YouTube here, and it's all my favorite worship songs, and so this was just one that I really, really enjoy listening to right now. So I'm going to do that, and I've got my alarm set so I know that in 30 minutes from now it's going to go off and I'm going to have to get back up and finish out my day. All right, after my little nap, I know, okay, that's okay. I got a half hour in. It's better than not getting it all. So I'm going to go head back in the kitchen. Kids are still sleeping, so I'm going to keep my headphones on so I can continue working. And I'm going to get my bread dough going. So it's all ready. Get my pans out. We're going to punch it down and we're going to make it into loaves. I've always forked my bread. People are like, why do you do that? It just releases some air gases into the air. I don't know, when you make your bread, I've just been taught this way and this is what I do. Now something different we're gonna do is we're gonna melt some butter and put it on top, and then I'm gonna use some everything bagel topping for our bread. This is so, so delicious. I'm gonna let this rise over here on my stove. All right, the kids are up. You know what that means. They're ready to do something. So have another activity plan. So today, what we decided to do is, since it's freezing cold outside, we decided to have some fun snow play in the house. This you can get off of Amazon. Very, very inexpensive. Makes a whole lot of snow for your kids to play with. So you just put a little bit of water in here and one little scoop. Don't even have to stir it, and you've got instant snow. My kids love playing with this. Now, when my older ones were little, we lived up north in the freezing cold Michigan, and so they would want to go out and play, but it was just too hard to be able to go out and play and let them play and bundle them up and keep them safe because it was so freezing. So what I would do is I'd go out and get big giant pots filled with snow, and then I'd bring them in and I'd dump them in my kitchen sink. I put a bench or a chair. Make sure you turn the chair around so the back of the chair is to the sink, and put some towels down because it's gonna get messy. It's gonna get messy. Put them like right around the edge of your sink and on the floor. And then pull their sleeves up and let them play with the snow. That was one of my kids' favorite activities to do, was play with the snow in the sink. They stood up there, they were happy. I was able to do something else while they were doing that, and everybody was having a good time. Sometimes their hands get cold, so then you might have to have some gloves on them while they play. That's another option too, but we don't have snow like that down here, so I decided to buy the fake snow. And this works. My kids love playing with it. It's been a fun activity. Just don't put it down your drain. Make sure, obviously you take care of the messes, but it's fun. It's a whole lot of fun. Now it's sunny out today, but it's awful windy and frozen. I need to get started on that dinner. So for tonight for dinner, we're going to make some mostaccioli. And I haven't made mostaccioli in a long time. So I've got my hamburger here. This has been cooked and seasoned already. I was just thawing it. And then I'm going to put in a can of diced tomatoes. And I'm going to put some spices in there. You can always put fresh vegetables chopped up. But if you don't have that, go in your pantry. I put chopped onion, put garlic in there. I put basil and oregano and some salt. That's it. And it's super tasty. And then from my freezer, I had a little bit of tomato paste. So I put that in there, and that's just gonna melt, and that's gonna be our little thickener, and it's gonna be a great little sauce. I'm gonna get my bread in the oven here as well. Set your timer, because bread is really hard to tell when it's done. Give yourself 30 to 40 minutes so that you get your bread cooked through properly. The worst is when you don't set the timer and you go, ugh, my bread didn't get cooked through all the way. I've done that many, many times, so use your timer. We're gonna drain our pasta here, and then I'm just gonna mix our pasta in with our meat sauce. This is really, really simple to make. Very easy dish. It's delicious. You can sprinkle Parmesan cheese on it when you go to serve it, but I am going to not do that because of, so that Jaden can have it too. And so there's our bread. There's our delicious bread. It smells so, so good. Put on a rack to cool, otherwise it kind of gets, gummy on the bottom, but this is delicious. Make sure you let it cool a little bit, because if you do not, when you go to cut it, it's gonna kind of fall apart there like mine just did. So make sure you cool it. It cuts so much nicer.
Something else fun that we did every year when we lived in the north where there was a lot of snow is we would make snow ice cream. This is a fun thing to do. It's good when the snow is freshly fallen. You get out there and you scoop some up before, you know, stuff sets in, animals run outside, all those good things. And so my kids, we have made this numerous ways over the years, because when it snows and you're stuck at home, you don't think, oh, I used to use sweetened condensed milk. And so I thought, I don't have that on hand. So then we would never be able to make our snow cream. And so there's plenty of different recipes. If you don't have them on hand, just Google snow ice cream without heavy whipping cream or without sweetened condensed milk, because there's a lot of different recipes that you can do to make this. So today I'm gonna make mine with heavy whipping cream because I have that on hand. And I was like, I can't do this recipe. And then Autumn's like, Mom, you have a ice machine, you can. And I'm like, oh, we do. We have a shaved ice machine right over here. So we're gonna make a fake version of snow. I'm like, it'll be about the same, just a little bit, not as fluffy as like freshly fallen snow is super fluffy and it makes really good, but this will suffice for when you don't have real snow outside, because we don't want that snow. And it only snows here a little bit. We didn't get enough to make any snow cream this year. So we're gonna make a fake version, but you can do this with fresh fallen snow outside. One of my kids' favorite things to do. Just get yourself 4 cups of, you know, fresh snow. 4 cups of fresh snow. Go out there with your measuring cup, get yourself a bowl, take it outside and fill it up with snow. I promise nothing's gonna go to waste, but I'm gonna make mine because that's what you gotta do when you live in the South. As good as snow as you can get when you're in a pinch. All right, for my flavoring of the vanilla snow cream, I'm gonna use a cup of whipping cream. I'm gonna use about a 1/4 cup of regular sugar and some vanilla extract. Just whip it till it gets some good stiff peaks in your bowl, and then you're gonna fold in your snow. Got yourself a little bowl of fake snow ice cream. It's about as good as you can get. Good. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and hopefully it gave you a little bit of encouragement for those long winter days. I know that they can be tiresome. I know that you're like, how many more days of winter? I have been there. So hopefully you take some tips from things that I shared in today's video and implement them in your home. So I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'm going to see you again tomorrow with another video. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye. All right, for those of you that want to stick around, I'm going to read our psalm for the day. Psalm 24. The earth is the Lord's, and the fullness of it, the world and those who dwell in it. For he has founded it upon the seas, and established it upon the streams and the rivers. Who may ascend into the mountain of the Lord, and who may stand in his holy place? He who has clean hands and a pure heart, who has not lifted up his soul to what is false, nor has sworn deceitfully. He shall receive a blessing from the Lord and righteousness from the God of his salvation. This is the description of those who diligently seek him and require him as their greatest need, who seek your face, even as did Jacob. Lift up your heads, O gates, and be lifted up, ancient doors, that the King of glory may come in. Who is the King of glory? The Lord strong and mighty, the Lord mighty in battle. Lift up your heads, O gates, and lift them up, ancient doors, that the King of glory may come in. Who is he then, this King of glory? The Lord of hosts. He is the King of glory, who rules over all creation with his heavenly armies. That is one of my favorite scriptures. Who may ascend, verse 3, unto the mountain of the Lord, and who may stand in his holy place? He who has a clean hands and a pure heart. That's my prayer, personal prayer to the Lord. I want to do everything with clean hands and a pure heart. One of my favorite scriptures to take and encourage me through my walk in life. All right, have a blessed day.